We are now 5 wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
An absolute embarrassment of great sports radio material on top of your normal weekend Friday with a Packer game, Badger game, and more. Billy Schmidt, John Kuhn, Armin Sarian in the house. Let me start with a non-sports thing. Pour one out for the green bubble of shame. Armin,
yes.
Are you aware?
Yes.
The green bubble of shame. Green
Clearly
bubble.
He's not.
Nickelodeon, GAC,
Oh my
green
God.
bubbles, Slimer.
No.
The green text bubble of shame.
Oh, from
that's going away for Droid?
From my Android.
From you.
Oh.
Yes, it is. In 2024, Apple says they will integrate the RCS standard of text messaging. So, Armin,
I won the.
you're in the Army now with our
won the
group
war.
texts.
I love it.
Did you win the war?
Yeah, because everyone said you have to change because it makes it harder for us. That was the pressure they would put on. And now Apple's like, fine, we'll acquiesce. See?
What
You're
could
gonna
go
wait 'em out.
wrong?
You gotta stay tough.
What could possibly go wrong? It's not over yet, Armin. Listen, this update has not occurred. We have not tried to send a picture yet that comes this
Or a
big
video.
through our phone or a video that comes through this big. I mean, it's not over yet.
Dive bar blurry
I remember
photos. They're not edited.
Apple one time sending an update about alarms around daylight savings time that absolutely did not work, and everybody missed work that first day.
You know what? I don't remember that problem because I didn't have an app on an Apple phone. So that's interesting. I made it to work. So I don't know.
You're gonna run from
So
the grind.
do you
though.
think-
I was gonna say, huh?
Who will have more regret? Us or Armin for being roped into the nonsense text thread, or us for Armin now bombarding us with 90s NBA YouTube
You
fun?
know,
The
I
thing is,
love
he was
these
still
texts.
sending that stuff to me.
Yeah,
I just couldn't see it because of
Yeah, we couldn't look
it
at
was like, oh, you got to look at this. And I'm like, no, I don't. I can't see it.
Now you don't have an excuse though. Now you don't have an excuse when I asked you if you saw the link. Did you guys see
Oh
the
no,
link?
I'll just tell you I didn't watch it.
I was just gonna say, do what I do. Don't respond. You're good.
All right.
The
I'm
worst thing
still
is
not
then I
sure
send
this.
it like
I'm
4
still
hours
not
later.
sure this is going to work.
Yeah, that's what Billy always
Really?
does. He always resends it on Twitter. I'm like, I sent you that link already. What
Sorry, I
happened?
couldn't open it. I apologize.
Everybody has one of those friends, though, right? Everybody has a friend
Oh,
on
yeah.
a group text. The text goes through. Everybody, he's, makes a couple responses to it.
Ha-ha, he-he's.
6 hours later, here comes the text from some other guy.
Oh yeah,
What
always
are you
me.
doing, Duffy?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean, we just said 6 hours ago.
I think we've all
You already
been that
had that.
person at some point too. Like that person
No.
can change. I've been that guy
Just
before.
you.
All right, yeah.
Question for the group: are text threads enjoyable to you, or sometimes toxic, or both?
What about toxic?
Both.
For the
Toxic
most
is
part,
strong.
I'm not a huge fan of them, but
It is strong.
Both.
I'll tell you why in a second, Armin. But yeah, do you enjoy them on the whole? Do you enjoy them,
Love them.
or you
More
do?
than enjoy them. Love them.
Because why, Kuhn? I'm curious to know your reasons. I agree for the most part.
Well,
But go
because
ahead.
I have several different groups that I know feel similarly to me in a lot of different areas in life that I
Right.
can relate to. And
Right.
some groups feel similarly to others. They're not united. So I have several different groups. And if I get something funny, it goes to this group, and this group, but not this group and that group because they wouldn't
Right.
get the joke. And I love the fact that I can have 7 different conversations at the same time with several different people. Yeah, they're fantastic.
It's a kinship. Billy, do you have many text groups?
Yeah, and a couple that whatever the feed ended up getting into, because I got some of that dark humor in me, and I got a couple of friends that do as well. So like,
No.
there's a couple where you definitely don't want to ever
Right.
get out. But yeah, then there's
Sure.
the nice, some fun ones.
You got to name them because you don't want to mix those things up either. You
better
know?
believe that.
Well, you
Yeah.
can't. The thing is, you couldn't name those threads
right.
with the green bubble holdout
Sure.
jerks
Yes.
like you.
You're right. Well, I can name it
Armin.
on my own phone, but it wouldn't transfer to the iPhone.
Thanks for nothing. Well, now hopefully that'll change. I'll say this. The biggest conundrum for me is when we have something that's content related and I'm debating, does this go Billy Armin or does this go
Right.
Billy Armin, Josh Butch? Like, where does this go? I'm nervous right now. I don't want to throw hot fire to 5 wide unless we're going to do it there. I don't want them to do it first. How do I do this?
Well, what's interesting is you don't.
And then it's always a link that Billy sent to us 4 hours earlier that we're like, yeah, we knew already. We saw it. He
The amount of-
DM'd us. We saw it.
I thought for a long time trying to figure out your thought process, John, when you send the link to one and not the other. I'm like, I wonder why John. Maybe he
Why
likes
was I
that.
left off on this?
No,
Do
it
you think
wasn't.
I'm not going to appreciate it?
Not
No.
that. Not that we're left off, but I'm like, oh, like this is for everybody. No, I love it. I love group texts. I think like they're
You love
tons
them?
of fun. I'm an
Why
extrovert
don't you
by
marry
nature.
him?
I love. That's funny. Yeah, I'm a social person by nature. So when all my friends are virtually together, I think it's tons of fun. I'm always telling my friends we gotta get a big group chat going, a video chat,
Okay.
like a
And have
video
they
Zoom.
done that
Oh,
yet?
Nah,
vid
and-
chat. Okay.
They're always like, why we can't do it and stuff,
That was a thing during COVID. Let's do a video.
which we
chat. It's
did,
like,
but it was like
yeah, it was
fun.
kinda
What
lame.
about
Let's get everybody
what about when on a group chat ball busting goes too far
Well, it's tough because you can't portray tone or emotion in those, right?
and you're texting at all hours of the night at all levels of blood alcohol content levels?
That's just when it gets good.
Turn off the
Yeah.
notifications.
Well, that's
Only the strong survive. I'm with
Yeah.
you, Billy. No holds barred. There is not too far.
Really?
There is
That's
no
way
too
more
far.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
but
if you
got
exit
that
yourself
friend
from the
that's too
conversation,
sensitive.
I'm adding you right back on. You're coming right back.
Right back in here and take your medicine.
You jump off? No,
No.
you ain't.
No.
You're not walking. You're not walking out of here. You think you can take your ball, but you can't go home.
can't.
I'll make sure of that. I will Draymond you.
We'll lay 5 or
Hold
6
on, we
more
tried
on
doing
and
that
then
to
we'll
you,
kick
Coon,
your
and you
ass
said
out.
I gotta get off of this thing. Guillotine League, take me off. Take me
Well,
off.
I didn't mind.
Exactly.
I didn't mind.
That is rich.
I didn't-
Yeah.
no, it was. You're not going to rope me into the guillotine league.
Take me off of this text thread.
Well, that's
No,
good.
you
but
know
it was
what? Now
still-
that I think about it, maybe he didn't. Maybe that was Schneidman who wanted off the group chat.
Schneidman.
He,
Yeah,
he
no,
was
he
really
definitely
good.
Schneidman,
did.
that was-
Both want it all.
yeah.
It's funny we hear from Butch, who we haven't heard much from, who absolutely hates the group texting. I feel
I-
like
but I'm
He
not
does.
charged.
He
with it. I
never
don't-
responds to any of them.
Thank you. Like, I'm fine being on it. I got no problem. You can do. I'm just not going to respond.
that's true. You don't hate being
I
on
don't
it.
hate
yeah.
it. I
You
just don't
you
respond.
just don't jump in. Yeah.
I'm not saying
Josh, where
take
do you
me
stand
off.
overall?
I
Love him, hate
no,
him.
I definitely don't love him. I definitely.
Can I
find,
give you the?
I find
yeah.
like anyone. If I'm in a group chat more than 5 people, I'm usually muting notifications on it.
Okay.
Because it ends
All
up, what happens is it usually ends up being in those situations, there are 2 to 3 people that are just talking to each other in the group
True.
chat.
Yeah. They
And
thread
at that
jacket.
point, I'm like,
yeah, they thread jacket.
"What- stop it. I don't care about anything you guys are saying right now.
Then you shouldn't
is that
be
a
friends
love-
with them.
is that-
Then you shouldn't be
Yes.
a part.
Maybe
of
I
the-
wasn't. Maybe I wasn't friends with him. Maybe
It's
I was in
pretty
it
good.
because I was in a guillotine
all you
league.
gotta do.
And maybe Big Mike had something he had to say, and then Gitter would respond, and then they would end up just talking to each other. And I'm
Just-
like, we got to shut up for a minute,
we'll just turn off notifications and
which I did.
open it after 30 messages and don't read them any of them if you know they're not
Well,
about
that's exactly what I did.
you. So then what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Keep scrolling.
Settle
So
down.
is it a so?
Well, the
so
question
Josh,
was asked, do I like it or not? Well, for that reason, I don't really like it.
Yeah, but I'm
so
saying
Josh,
why don't
is
you?
it is it a love it or like it?
You guys love it or like it?
It's a
Good
like it. It's
stuff.
not love
Are
it.
you with me,
Knock on wood.
everybody? Knock on wood.
I'm knock on wood, though.
If you're with me there.
I'll take it.
Love
I'll
it or
take
like
love
it?
it. I'll take a love on it. They're
I-
usually tons of fun. What's the big deal? They do drain
Well,
battery. though.
at times, Armin, I get a little bit triggered and uneasy when I feel like my texts aren't getting enough interaction.
Oh,
You
I
sure
see.
do. Like
enough.
last Sunday, I had a
Almost
birthday
like
party going on. Zabe responds like, I respond 3 hours later. Oh, nice to hear from you. Josh responds 3 hours later. Nice to hear from you.
Right, I was on a
like, yeah.
plane.
Nice to hear from
You
you.
have to
you're on a
recognize that
plane, put you as in a birthday party, but I was wanting to chat Packers with my boys.
not
I was
everyone can do
busy
it
being
sometimes.
salty.
Not everyone
Make it
can.
on the 5 wide text. You'll get some reaction. There's some
Okay.
people
Well,
watching
then
it
I'll
on the
look-
5 wide text.
There is a pressure to respond on group text, but like during Packers games, I'm so
Dialed
busy.
in.
I can't do it. I can't.
But do you ever send out a text in your group chat and get no response and they go right back to something else, not really? And you're like, hey, that was a good one. That
Yeah.
was a good zinger.
and you
Like,
feel bad about yourself. Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
It's like girls that go, looked cute, might delete later.
And then you ask
Isn't that
somebody
the same?
else, did are my texts going through? And you hope that's it.
You have to ask.
Maybe my phone's
Hey,
broken.
did you hear this?
Are you
Yeah.
getting my text? Because no one responded
Yeah, I got it right
to my
away.
birthday
Oh.
party and stuff like that. Yeah.
Real quick, one other thing. The supercut of Keenan Allen's career
Awesome.
is a doozy. Was it the Chargers themselves or a super fan that did this?
Chargers.
It's their
Themselves.
account. It's their account. Yes.
Bleep
The
it. We're doing
Chargers
it.
put a supercut of Keenan Allen's entire career, every catch, every run, every end around, everything he's ever done and it's 2 hours and 28 minutes or something crazy.
I think it's
135 minutes.
Yeah.
So 215, yeah.
I looked at it and I'm like, wait a second, that's not right. It's not
Am I
it's
reading
a
this wrong?
minute and a half.
It's
Minute and
cool,
a
but
half,
the
yeah.
amount of time
That's
it
a
took.
lot of numbers down there in the bottom left. What is going on?
Ain't nobody
here?
got time for that.
for that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
One kid showing off in the social media department, like Poindexter. They're like, I'm sorry, I have a new project I just put together. Everybody making everyone else look bad. It is pretty funny. I think it's cool. Here's the problem: you need someone.
Josh, how's that talking text line come along?
So much
It'll be
time.
here soon.
So much time and dedication for someone to do that. I don't know how. I can only imagine how long they've been working on that.
You're telling me you wouldn't love Packer supercuts of all the Packer greats assembled, where every key play is in that supercut. Of course,
Donald
you would.
Driver,
Armin
Jordy
would
Nelson.
watch every single
Every
one,
second of it.
beginning to end.
I actually don't think I would watch from beginning to end 2 hours of the same thing.
Liar.
over and over.
Yeah,
Take
you
a
would.
lie detector test.
Lies.
Let's get this on Maury.
All right, if you can get me a Don Hudson supercut of stuff I don't see, then yeah.
Every yard.
Yeah, if you find me a Don Hudson or an Arnie Herber or a Vern
Those-
Llewellyn or a
Those analog assets are lost. to
John
time. There's only a
Brockington.
few precious of
Good
them
one.
around.
someone
Yeah,
put a Kuhn one up, I'm sure. But the problem with the fullback is you include every block. Like
You have to.
that's it's
That might get
impossible.
boring to you.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's-
have to. You have no choice.
Are there some blocks that you admit, Kuhn, this had nothing to do with the success or failure of the play, and would they be out of the supercut or in the supercut?
Listen, that's the thing about blocking. You don't know when your block is going to be the one that gets exposed or the one that breaks the big run or the one that has absolutely nothing to do with it. What would really suck in a game, and Billy, you probably know a little bit about this, is when you had an incredible block. It was like the best block you had for the last month of the season. And you got a guy, you got your hands inside, you kept your feet going, and you finished him to the ground. And it was like, well, the ball cut back 15 yards ago. So
Yeah.
I'm way off the side of the screen and nobody gives a rip.
And no one saw any of it. Then you get like
Nobody
one or
wants to
two
see
guys on the
blocks
side.
in
Yeah, I
supercuts
see you.
Anyways, it's just yards. I'm sorry. Nobody wants to see blocks in supercuts. Give
Yeah,
me
no
all
one wants to
blocks.
see screens in basketball either, but you
That's my
highlight it
point.
every single freaking
That's-
broadcast.
That's my point, though. Not supercuts. All you're doing is
Would you want to
dunks
see
and
your
threes.
false?
I think I used to
Would
get my
you-
hair
would you
cut at
put your-
Supercuts.
Would you put your false starts in supercuts?
Do
Would you put all
Supercuts
your
or best
penalties,
clips?
Kuhn?
Great clips?
How many career
Great
false starts
Great
did you
clips.
have?
I had a couple. I had a couple I got out of because I just started going in motion. Jumped off sides,
Smart.
just went in motion and said, the hell with it. I'll figure out how to get the play
Really?
done from over here.
I
You
always
can do
wondered.
that.
I always wondered how
Oh,
many
yeah.
guys do that.
But
just
you
never
gotta
know.
be smooth
You
with
got
it.
to be smooth with it. Yep.
Hey.
I did it down in
I'm
New
just going over
I did
here.
it down in New Orleans, and I don't think Sean Payton ever saw that happen. I did it down in New Orleans. Sean called me on the sideline. He goes, Now why in the hell did you go over there to run an ISO? And I said, because I jumped off sides. He goes, oh, good job.
Good work.
What
Proud
would be
of
the
you.
worst
No.
supercut? Long snapper?
This song,
Probably.
just
Long
this song.
snapper.
In
All right,
every
Hold on.
song's
spot.
on. I gotta
Hold
leave.
on.
Bye.
Hold
I
on.
gotta
Listen.
leave.
I want to play
Can't
something
leave. The
for you
song's on.
guys. I want to play something for you guys. This
All right,
song
turn
is
that down, Josh.
amazing. Probably
This
have
song?
never heard this before,
Yeah.
but
Started
this
the song,
song
you
was
can't.
just uncovered by musical researchers. It's the Beatles. Have you heard
Oh.
of them? This
Oh.
song,
Turn that up.
Now and Then, was pulled out of the deep archives. It is a sweet, haunting love ballad. Now and Then. I want you
Oh.
guys to enjoy it, okay?
I thought it was
then
going to go
now.
broke. My heart's going to go broke on these Beatle royalties that they got.
What have we found out? What have we found out? They're like, we paid a lot of money to play it once. You're playing it every day? Oh my
We are
God.
now bankrupt, and we need to turn into an AM news station.
What are you doing?
We laid off 7 people because of it. Oh, sorry. It was just a bit. We had no idea. All right.
Apologize. Didn't know.
Our bad.
Tag
That's on
you're in.
us.
9 to noon is next. Billy Kuhn, Armin. Boys, take it away. As always, Butchie, safe travels down to the fort.
Yes,
Josh,
thank
I'll
you.
see you at the trailer on Sunday.
Yes, sir.
You guys kicking
Before
field
then.
goals?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
we're
Now and then.
behaving according to all the rules that they set for us on the parking lot. Yes, the answer is yes. Okay, thanks, boys. You're at Tag,
late.
and we'll see everyone Sunday at Lambeau.